Have you ever thought about getting into the franchise game? In South Africa, there's one name that always pops up: Food Lovers Market. It's a brand everyone knows, a brand that feels fresh and successful. And with it comes a promise, a really, really tempting promise that revolves around one specific number. And there it is, R300,000. That's the monthly profit figure that gets thrown around. And honestly, it's enough to make any aspiring entrepreneurs sit up and pay attention. It's a huge number, and it suggests a golden ticket to financial success in the retail world. But here's the big question, right? Is that R300k a number you can actually bank on? Is it a realistic target you can build a solid business plan around? Or is it kind of like a marketing dream designed to pull you in? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack today. Let's get into it. So to really get a handle on that $300,000 number, we first have to understand why this franchise is so darn appealing in the first place. What is it about the Food Lovers Market Group that makes it such a powerhouse? Well, for starters, you're not just buying into one store. Food Lovers Market is part of this bigger family of brands. You've got the Freshstop convenience stores at gas stations. You've even got the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. This means they have massive brand recognition and a solid reputation for quality that you, as a new franchisee, get to piggyback on from day one. Okay, but here's where things get a little more complicated. The franchise model itself, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Sure, it gives you a ready-made path to owning a business, but that path comes with some very serious commitments and some pretty big hurdles. And you can see that trade-off right here. On one hand, you get that instant brand power, tons of support, and a business model that's already been proven to work. The potential to make great money is absolutely there. But, and this is a big but, you're looking at a huge initial investment, fees that never go away, really strict rules on how you run things, and a market that is incredibly competitive. And let's talk about those numbers for a second, because this is where the dream meets reality. The initial investment can shoot past R1,000,000, and that's just to get in the door. Then you're paying 5% of everything you sell in royalties, plus another 2% for advertising, every month, for 10 years. That's a massive financial mountain to climb before you've even sold a single apple. So what this all means is that hitting that R300k profit isn't some guarantee you get when you sign the papers. Not at all. It's a complex puzzle. Your success depends on so many things: getting the perfect location, running your store like a well-oiled machine, your own marketing efforts, and then there's all the stuff you can't control, like the economy or a new competitor opening up down the street. All right, so that's the theory. But what does this look like when the rubber hits the road? Let's check out 3 different stories from franchisees that show the different ways this can all play out in the real world. First up, we have John. You can think of him as the poster child for this franchise, the guy who actually made that R300k dream a reality. He's an experienced business owner, and his story is basically the best-case scenario. The secret to John's success? It really boils down to the oldest rule in retail: location, location, location. His store is in a super busy shopping mall in a major city, so he has a built-in river of customers walking past his door every single day. Because of that, he consistently blows past that R300k profit goal. His story proves it's possible, but man, does it highlight how critical that prime real estate is. Okay, next is Sarah. She was a first-time entrepreneur, and her journey shows us a more common version of reality for a lot of franchisees. Now, Sarah's store is profitable, which is a win, but she's not getting close to that R300k target. For her, the key to survival in a suburban spot has been to be super flexible. She really listened to her local customers and changed what she stocked to match what they wanted. Her story shows that success is definitely possible, but it requires you to be clever and to accept that those top-tier profit numbers are not a given. And finally, there's Michael. His story is a tough one, but it's probably the most important one to hear. He's a seasoned entrepreneur, but even all his experience couldn't save him from one fatal flaw. Michael's franchise was actually losing money. The reason was painfully simple. His store was in a rural area with very little foot traffic. It just didn't have the customer base. His story is the ultimate proof that it doesn't matter how smart you are or how hard you work. If the customers simply aren't there, the business model collapses. Location isn't just a factor, it can be everything. So after seeing these stories, the big win, the grind, and the tough loss, what's the takeaway if you're thinking about this? Let's use these lessons to build a little blueprint for anyone who's considering taking the plunge. Think of this as your checklist for survival. It all starts with doing your homework. I mean, really digging into the financials.
It hammers home the absolute need for a killer location. That was the key for John and the downfall for Michael. Then you've got to have a smart marketing plan, run a tight ship operationally, and really become part of your community, just like Sarah did. Success isn't about doing one of these things. It's about nailing all of them.
You know, this quote from the source material just ties it all together perfectly, doesn't it? Hitting that R300,000 dream isn't just about writing a check and getting the keys. It's this crazy mix of strategy, hard work, smart marketing, and yeah, even a little bit of luck. It is a very, very high bar to clear. So we're going to leave you with this final thought. The promise is incredibly appealing, but the reality is incredibly complex. We've laid out all the variables, the huge costs, the make or break importance of location, and the nonstop need for excellence. The equation is right there. The only question left is, do you have what it takes to solve it? Thanks for joining us.